Hello and welcome to the first edition of Getting to Know. I'm your host, Mike Ritchie. With me is Doug Anderson. He is the CEO and General Manager of Columbia's Finest Bean. What the show is we're going to interview a different GFO league member, every week, and just get to know them for their fans and for their lady followers.
Which we all need.
Yes. First off, Doug, question on everybody's mind in the league. What nationality are you?
Well, Mike, there's a lot of controversy surrounding this. You would think people would be able to look at the name and know, but that hasn't happened yet.
Doug Anderson?
No, Columbia's Finest Bean.
All right. I was going to say. All right.
But I'm here to set the record straight. I am not Hawaiian, Japanese, Korean, Filipino, Samoan. I'm Colombian. Not that there's anything wrong with those other, races. But that said, I'm Colombian and I'm very proud of it.
Can we call you Japexican?
I prefer that you didn't. You're actually the first guy to actually do it to my face. Most of the other guys are cowards and did it online.
It offends you then? A little bit?
You know, I have thick skin. I've had it over a long period of time.
Yeah.
But that said, I should be okay. But you can do what you would like.
All right. All right, edit that out. All right, let's get into some football-related issues and some not so football-related issues. First off, you had a rough season last year. You were 6-7. In a terrible division, our division, the Shula. And fast forward to this year, at the draft, everybody was saying you had one of the worst 2-3 drafts, that it was just awful. You got a D from the commissioner and his draft grades. You drafted some people that NFL players and coaches don't even know who they are. Frank Jackson.
Fred Jackson?
Fred Jackson.
Fred Jackson.
Fred.
Yep.
Fred Jackson, who's playing really well.
Yeah.
He's your leading point getter, I believe, and you have the most points in the league, and you're 2-0. Do you have anything to say to your critics, including me? I'm one of the critics. Go ahead.
Well, I would say to them, keep doubting us. It inspires us. It makes us want to work harder. It gives us a stronger idea of what is out there, and we realize that people are doubting us, and it just pushes us just a little bit further. Fred has been taking the criticism, and he's taking it personal, and that's driven him to be better at what he's doing, and it's driven our whole team as a whole.
Right. You have a big game this weekend. Probably the biggest game of the year, if there can be a big game in week 3.
Yeah.
You're facing Nappy, myself. We're both 2-0, both leading the league in points. I know you have your own show, the Commission Anderson Show, on Thursday nights.
Thanks for the plug.
No problem. Not to steal any of your guys' thunder, what are some of your thoughts on that game this weekend?
Well, your bad luck or your bad news might be my good news. Having Marion Barber III out is definitely going to hurt you in the long run. And you know what? That's just part of the game. People get hurt, and he's going to be sitting out. We're going to have to change a little bit of our defensive scheme because we're orienting a lot around him. We might end up matching Pierre Thomas against Reggie Bush just to try to cancel those guys out, but we're really not sure yet. But we've been working hard at a lot of different things in practice, and we've had a good week of practice so far.
All right. All right, should be a good game.
Yeah, hopefully.
We're going to get away from fantasy football and talk a little less semi-related things about football. What's your favorite football movie?
You know what? I'm going to have to go with We Are Marshall. I think the tragedy that team went through and how they pulled together and became more united as the season went on is an inspiration to all people who love football.
I had you pegged for Air Bud. You don't like that movie?
Not a big golden retriever guy.
All right. It's kind of a shocker.
Yeah.
Little word association for you.
All right.
I'm going to say a word or a phrase or a name.
Okay.
You can only give me one word.
Okay.
And you have to do it quickly. First thing that pops in your head. Doesn't matter what it is.
Okay.
Coach Ritchie.
Intense. I have a couple other ones, but would have to save that for the kids.
Nice.
The kids are around.
Right. TJ.
Loser.
That was mine, too. That's what I thought when I said that, yeah.
Good guy, but
0-16.
0-16.
Forever a loser.
And he's gone.
His dad must be embarrassed.
If I was his dad, I would be embarrassed.
Girls.
Nice.
Nice?
Yeah.
Good answer. That's a good
one.
Yeah. Okay. This is just a question for me, not football related at all.
Okay.
I'm a big Seinfeld fan. What's your favorite Seinfeld episode?
Oh, man. So many episodes. The Soup Nazi one is quite the classic.
It's a good one.
But I'm going to go the one where George goes out into the ocean and pulls out the golf ball.
Yeah, that's a great
That
one.
is probably one of my favorite episodes of all time.
Easy, big fella.
And I said, easy, big fella. Yep. The sea was angry that day, my friends.
All right, back to football. What is your... You go to church on Sunday morning.
Correct.
Your fans and your lady followers, they'd like to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
Intimate details, maybe.
Wow.
What's your fantasy football Sunday consist of? You get home from church. What are you doing from 12:30, 1 o'clock till about 11 o'clock that night?
I try to be prepared on Saturday night for everything that's going to take place on Sunday. So usually Sunday, right after church, I usually go out to dinner with some friends. I try not to push it too, to drag it out too long. I try to get have dinner or lunch from 12 to about 12:40. 12:40 to 12:55, I'm trying to rush home. And I give myself that 12:55 to 1 o'clock slot, just to try to make sure that my lineups are really set. No last-minute injuries or anything like that. And then I'm sitting there with my laptop right in front of me, usually a Coke Zero to the right, maybe a bag of chips to the left, and I'm watching football for most of the day. Usually try to hit up the night service and rush home for the Sunday night game.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Good man. One more thing. There was a GFO combine first year this year.
Yes.
I don't remember. It was a long day that day. Who won the combine that day? I don't remember.
I believe you did, actually.
That's right.
Yes.
I did win it.
I
won
kind
the
of think you're
combine.
lying to me, but that's okay.
I won the combine.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that's all. That's all I had for you. Thanks for coming, Doug.
Mike, I appreciate you having me on your show. I really do.
No problem. No problem at all. Next week, we're going to have Stephen Thomas, the league's most hated general manager.
No one.
He's going to be
likes this
sitting
guy.
right here next to me next Tuesday night. Check it out.
All
It's
right.
going to be good.
Thanks, Mike.
Thanks for coming.